for a reading. Today we're going to be doing Taurus. And if you didn't know, I am a Taurus. My birthday is May 18th. So if you are new here, hello. My name is Goddess Cornet here, and I just talk about some topics that interest me, do some general card readings, some oracle cards and tarot card readings. I am also the owner of KM Essentials, where I make body butters and candles for your magical needs. If you didn't know, I am a magical person. I do practice hoodoo and spirituality. And so if you like that, stay tuned, and we're going to get into this reading for our Taurus. So stay tuned, and I'm going to go ahead and cleanse my hands and cleanse the cards so we can get into it. Okay, I am back. So again, I'm using the Priestess of Light deck, Keepers of Light, and some tarot cards. So we're going to start off with presently. I would like to stay in present. If anything comes up, then we can revisit. But spirit team, I do want to talk to you guys to let you know that I do use my spiritual team to present these message. So what are some things that we can look forward to as Tauruses? If you don't know, I read from right to left. I don't know why I read that way, but that's just how I read. We're going sacred purposes. Oh, ancestral legacy. Okay, speaking of the past, I already said that. But our ancestors is a big part of where we came from, rewriting those generational traumas. We're going to be going with the flow. So our ancestors, we're going to be looking at that. We're going to be revisiting our purpose on this earth. And we're going to be letting go of some things. There's some trauma and some generational curses, like I mentioned, that we are going to be heading into getting rid of. If you haven't been doing your shadow work, this is the time to start doing that shadow work. Honey, get you a shadow work journal. If you need to, get you a shadow work journal. Okay, we're going to be stepping into our psychic abilities. That's really nice to hear. Odin, your third eye is open. Truth for what it is, and follow your intuition. So tapping into that psychic ability. Our third eye is the chakra that's right here. In Hindu culture, they wear the bindi. You see the bindis, or they wear some other things that's on their forehead, but this is your third eye. And then the top right here is your crown. We also got Lady Venus, of what energy we need to be tapping into. Oh, there's going to be some downloads. So our ancestors, they want to be talking to you. There's some messages that you need to be listening to and get an understanding of what's going on, because we want to make sure you're living in that divine purpose. We don't want anything to be going astray. Time for doing that shadow work. Everybody has, of my family will always say, everybody has gifts of your purpose and being on life. And if you might have strayed away from that, this is the time in this moon cycle to get a hold of it. And the energy we want to be in is to be able to receive those downloads and be in your psychic abilities. Not everybody is a psychic, but we all have some type of intuition, which can be for psychic abilities. So it's time to tap into that. If you haven't, get you a shadow work journal. There's also if you don't want to do it on your own, which I totally understand, then you want to go ahead and reach out to some therapists. Okay, so in the tarot cards, the first that jumped out is the Hermit. It's time to be alone, do some soul searching. That shadow work, baby. Get into a good therapist. If you don't have insurance, there is online services that you can reach out to. There is a plethora of shadow work journals, so please go on Amazon and find one. I got mine off of the TikTok shop. It works really well. Get your self-reflection going on. And then we also have Two of Cups came in reverse. So there's some disconnection with especially with your intuition, and you might be going through a little situation that you're unsure about, where your ancestors, they do have that answer. So please just tap into them. And Here we got the Queen of Pentacles. So it's time to be grounded. There might be some financial things going on that might be disrupting you, to where might be some disharmony going on, but it's time to be grounded because we're going to be stepping into your purpose. Like I said, the foundation is the stable part of the house. If that's off, the whole house will collapse. So we need to make sure we stay in that energy. Tapping your female divine energy, which is your creativity, your nurturing, things like that. So come on, spirit team, what's some ways that we can tap into that? We know that we gotta have some downloads coming. We got the intuition, it's gonna be heightened. Okay, we got the Two of Wands. Okay, so there is some major decisions that you will be having to make this coming new moon. And just remember that through these troubles, there might be some memories and feelings that might be coming up. We do not want them to bleed over into other parts of our life because we're trying to be stable. And so it's going to be very important for you to get your mind right, get your third eye right. If you don't know which chakra you do need to balance, this is coming. This is the Two of Cups. This is associated with the crown chakra. So yes, that would be your intuition, your higher self, your spirit guides, things like that. They do have some messages for you. So just remember that you're going to be able to get through this. Yes, it feels stressful, but tapping into your ancestors, if you don't have an ancestor altar, it's very easy to create one. You can either write their names or put their pictures in a sacred space. Lay out a cloth, particularly a white cloth. Get you a white candle. If you don't want to use the Bible, that's fine. Just use, if you do have ancestors that are Christian, you do want to pick out some Psalms verses that speak to your ancestors. And then also, just simply, if you don't want to do that, just simply create a peaceful space. You can get some incense, like I said, a white candle. You can get some incense and you can get some herbs, just to ground yourself. Get some rosemary or some blue sage. Get a hold of those. You can burn those as well to get a protective feel around yourself. And you just simply want to have a conversation with your spirit guides. You also want to be very clear about how you want them to talk to you. Do you want them to appear right in front of you? Do you want it in dreams? Do you want it in the cards? Do you want it in like your flowers? Do you just want them to give you a good feeling, like certain feelings around your body? Do you want them to actually talk back to you? So just be very clear about how you want them to communicate so that you can actually receive that message. Excuse me. And just remember to go with the flow when you're creating these decisions. Once you pick a path, make sure you go ahead and stick to your guns and go with the good and bad. And that's easier said than done, but that's where the shadow work, and if you need to, a mental health therapist to come into contact. If you are linked with a primary care provider, go ahead and reach out to them to give you a referral for mental health if you feel that you need it. Because we want you to be stable when these ancestors card bringing in some messages. We want you to be able to receive that fully. And then the last card that popped up is the World. So you will be successful when you pick your change and that you're going with the flow. Do your shadow work. Pay attention to how your body feels. Go ahead and meditate, because this is a place of healing, because you want to step back into your purpose. Short story, I'm also in the process of doing this to revamp my business so that I can feel a little bit more comfortable. I went to someone that has a higher shade than me, like spiritual power, and they told me to just revamp but don't quit. So I want to give you guys that same energy of just, if you have to revamp, it's okay. The only true failure is to not even try. So when you pick your decision to keep going with that, and you will be successful. Confirmation here with the World card. You will be successful, and you will have that sense of purpose so that you can be your authentic divine self. So I hope that helps, and feel free to drop a purple heart in the comments if you made it this far. I appreciate you guys for coming, and I appreciate being able to share this message with you. I shade to all of you, and you guys take care.